Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you watch this in the morning, afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you guys are here. Real quick, just want to give a quick shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Thanks for anybody who comes in to check out the knife, the EDC content that I put out. I really appreciate it. If you're so inclined, if you hit the subscribe button and that bell notification icon, it really helps me out. So today I'm just going to do a little seasonal maintenance on the Evo 3.0 here. I'm seeing a little bit of kind of pre-rust coming up, and I think it's always good to break them down, check around the pivot and stuff like that seasonally. So this knife's a little bit unique in that its body screws are T10s and its pivot is a T20. So I'm going to get my Get Good screw driver, and I am going to go at it. I'm just trying to think which side I want to go at it from. I'm going to go at it from the clip side. I don't know why. I put bearings in this, but I don't remember which side I came from. So we're going to go with that. Take this one body screw out. I see a little rust on that screw. Apologize for any background meowing you might hear. That is alright, so I'm getting a little spin in my pivot, so hold on for 2 seconds. Let me grab another T20. Let's see, and I'll get it in my skiff. Always keep a spare set of these around. And I think they go up to 225, T20. Alright, so I'm going to take my finger bit driver. I'm going to hold that in there. Alright, so I took the wrong side out, but that is okay because I'm going for a complete breakdown anywho. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be cleaning up my screws. Drop that bad boy right there. And we'll go. This one will be our very back one. We'll put it right there. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to break this apart. I'm going to try to get the rust or any type of gradu, we'll say, off the blade. And I got a couple of ways to do that. And then we will also lube it up, make sure we've got it, you know, spiffed up since we're going to take it apart. So, I do see some gradu there. Alright. Backspacer. Alright, so this is always good to do. So we're going to have our pivot on this side. Get our bearings out of there. See, I've got a little couple areas that we need to wipe out. So what we will do is we will start let's see. A little worn out KPL rust eraser here. But this works good anytime I don't see any on the pivot. This just takes off any surface rust. I should not be doing that over that. That's kind of a fail. So what I'm going to do is take this off frame and do just a little light rubbing around that lock bar insert. Very lightly. Like that. I'm going to also do that to the washer. I'm going to come back in here and grab the washer. Back side is good. Come over to this side here. Take that washer out. Whoops. Alright, now our stop pin has a little bit of gradue on it, so I'm going to take it off camera and rub it with my eraser just around the barrel to get that surface rust off. It's not really rust, I guess it's oxidation. But it's the beginnings of a mess. So took that off our stop pin. Wipe that down before we do anything. Now I'm going to work on this blade. I'm going to do this a couple of ways. I'm going to do it with my rust eraser, and then I'm going to do it with my Wicked Clean, and then I'm going to coat the entire thing, the knife, the blade, with Wicked Wax. Just gonna have to clean that up when I'm done. But this little KPL rust eraser's not too abrasive. Seems to work very well. But I like to get in here and look for hidden rust. I look for surface rust anyway, a little bit more often. And I do keep my knives locked up or in a little sealed flight case or Apache case with some moisture removers in there. So I'm trying to keep the rust down, but I'm in the southeast Alabama. It gets humid here, so it's always good to break these guys down. A little alcohol. Let's clean up my components. And then I'm going to have to take those regular screws off camera and clean them up a little bit with the rust eraser. And we're not through with our pivot here. We're going to use some Wicked Clean. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to get one of these KPL sticks. I'm going to get some of my Wicked Clean, which is kind of similar to Fritz or Flitz, that polish. It's kind of got a little bit of grit to it. But where I couldn't get my rust eraser down into this bearing channel. I can put some of this in there. Let me get a little more. And once I get it spread out, I can rub it into. I can rub it into that channel really well. And just in case there happens to be any surface rust in there, we're starting. This is the start of a wicked wax protectant anyway that we're going to put on the blade. But just again, giving it a little bit of extra protection there. Alright. So now I want to take my screws, which should be good. The pivot looks good. The body screws had on the side there just a little bit of oxidation. I'm just rubbing them here off camera so you don't have to rain rust eraser down on everything. But let's just get each one of these cleaned up. Just going around the diameter of the screw head. I don't think it needed it. I think that was just a little on that one. But since we're doing it, we'll do it, right? Alright, so now we are going to take our Wicked Clean and kind of wipe it off. Just using our little cleaning patch with alcohol still on it. Just rubbing out here, guys, off camera for 1 second inside this bearing channel. I'm giving it just a little extra rub. Just like that. I'm going to clean that out. Alright, now we're in business. So I'm going to set that there so I don't get any debris in it. And then I'm going to clean out my washers. Alright, now I'm going to take my honking stop pin, get it in there, my pivot, get it through there. Now we are going to build it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more alcohol out of my squirt bottle. I should probably use a clean gun patch, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to get the goop off this ceramic phosphorus bronze bearing. Boom. Get it off there. All right. Alright, now I've got to take a little bit of wicked wax. And I'm going to coat this area back here. Going to kind of rub it into the M390. Don't worry, we're not going to leave it back there to goop it up. And while I'm doing this, I might as well do my blade. Always going against or with the grind, so I'm not even tempted to pull my finger accidentally back across the blade. Yes, I have done that. Yes, one of my worst cuts was when a knife was taken apart, my Benchmade Adamas. I'm going to get up in this hole too, because that's usually a place that gets a little bit of crado. So now I've got this all waxed up and nasty. I'm going to set it right there. I'm going to close up my Wicked Wax from DiPrete Forge. I give them huge props. Great product. And USA made product. Now I'm going to take some KPL Original. I'm going to put a couple drops on my washer. You guys have followed the channel for any amount of time, you know I overuse. It's like I had a ball fall out of that bearing. Double row. Drop that down there. Now I'm going to get one more freshie. And I'm just going to take this in white. Because when I get the main goop off of here, I'm going to take my cloth and I'm really going to work it like a rib, kind of buff it out. But the main thing I'm doing now is taking off a lot of this surface wax. This is where we got to get a little creative. I got to roll through like so. Guys, I was hoping this was going to be a shorter video, but I didn't know how much cleaning we really have to do. And if I've got it apart, I might as well get it clean, right? Alright, so now I'm going to take a little squirt of alcohol. First, I'm going to take just my good old rag to get all my excess off of that blade. Not all of it, some of it I want to leave on there to protect it. But I do want to clean out that pivot area real good. So I'm going to take a little squirt of alcohol and I'm going to get in there like that, which is going to leave that pivot just shiny clean like I wanted it. Put that bad boy right through there so I get those edges. Look at us, guys, we're in good shape. So now, since I am the over oil guy, 1 drop, 2 drops, alright, so now what I want to do is get some KPL Heavy. I want to put just a little bit on that detent ball. And then I'm going to take some KPL Original, which is a little more drippy, more viscous, I guess you'd say, to put in this bearing track. Then I'm going to take my skiff. I'm going to condition it between my fingers with a little bit of Earl. Like so. Alright, so now that I got that together, I want to make sure I get this together. So the best way to do this is going to be to take my T8 let's see if that would let me screw it through without flipping the knife. I don't think it will, but I'm going to have to balance it just freaking right to do it. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, so here is where we take our front scale, pop it over our stop pin. We've got it cinched up. So I've got my clip right here. I've got my back screw right here. Back screw right here. What is it, Tip? This knife goes together so well. So now, uh-oh. Danger, Will Robinson. See our problem? We left out our washer. Fell out, so I need to sit it on top of the bearing. Do that. Take that and do that. See what happened, guys? It fell out when I flipped it. Put the stop pin back down there. Try one more time. Alright guys, it's going to snap in, it's just not doing it yet. There we go. I wasn't snapped in down there. So let's now take this, like so. I don't know why it wants to come off that side, but that's what it wants. That's what it's going to get. Alright, so we are going to snug in our back spacer, body screw, numero uno, numero dos, let's just see what we got going on here. Alright, now we're going to get our T20. Run our pivot in. Perfectly centered. Dead nuts. Alright, so now let's take our T20 out, put it back over here, get our T10, get our clip undo our clip things. So I didn't want that to come through. Those tolerances are so tight. But there we go. We're lined up. All right, guys. Tight. Tight. Tight body screw. Tight body screw. Tight body screw. Tight pivot. Drop shut. Dead nut centered. Now the last thing we need to do is buff off our blade the way we want to leave it. Keep in mind we got that wicked wax on there, but we want to leave not a heavy layer, but it's not bad to have it on there. And guys, that is how I like to maintain my knives from time to time. So that's just basically taking apart our Evo 3.0, use a little wicked clean, little wicked wax, our KPL pivot lube, little rust eraser, and our Get Good screwdriver, some Weehot bits. That's all you need, guys. A little bit of confidence. There are videos out there for almost every knife. Just do a YouTube search. I don't probably have every knife, but somebody does. Guys, I appreciate you watching the content. Hopefully this was helpful for somebody, educational for somebody, give somebody the courage to go take one of theirs apart. Please do me a favor and look out for that guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.